Hello everyone, welcome to Gosport Railworks. My name is James and today we're doing another coach review. This time it is some Farish Hawksworth, I think that's how you pronounce it, yes, Hawksworth coaches. These are GWR coaches if you can't tell, and they are rather nice looking coaches. I've only got two, a composite and also a brake third. So let's have a quick look at them. Just get the boring stuff out of the way, which is the product codes. The composite is 374561 Hawksworth coach, first third class gold or composite in GWR chocolate and cream, and the brake third is 374511 Hawksworth coach, brake third corridor GWR chocolate and cream. And the only thing which you get inside the boxes, which is the reason why I've only got one amount, is a small detail pack which has some has the end door covers in case you want to fit them, which I don't, and also some other little bits of cabling. I think it's like vacuum piping and things like that, but I won't bother putting them anywhere, so I'm just going to stick that there and I'll stick it back in the box in a moment. Pop that there. Right, let's just see how heavy these weigh. These particular coloured liveried coaches are very difficult to find. I've only managed to find these two and I'm quite lucky I've got them. So let's check the composite. It weighs 22.1 grams, so a bit less than a Mark 1 coach, and 22.2, so it's basically 22. Just round up for 23 grams because it's a lot easier. So it's a bit lighter than a Mark 1 coach, which isn't too bad really. So I'll just get a file here just to basically use a pointer and have a look at the detail. So we'll look at the composite first, and as you can see it has got numbering on the first class compartments, which is always nice to see. The Great Western logo right in the middle there, nicely picked out and very clear to see. The doors, the lettering on the doors, the running number, and and on both sides it does look very legible and you can read that quite nicely, and also the details on the windows as well on this side. And the lining across there is very, very crisp and can't see any blemishes on either side, so it's very nice. Also little blue dots on the bogies. Don't know why that's there, but I do like that touch. It's very nice and always interesting to see. End detail, I have got this handrail going either side of the corridor connection. Corridor connection itself doesn't move at all like with the dapper ones, but to be honest these ones don't break as easily, so that's always nice. And also some roof detail with some cables there. Right, and also there is a little bit of printed detail there which I can't make out. Looks like a 12 in the dot, I'm not entirely sure. And on the roof we have the vents. Hopefully they are vents, so they're all nicely picked out. They are moulded on, but doesn't really matter, it's still detail. You have got lots of riveting, which is very nice to feel, so very nice there. And under frame detail you have got these are the battery boxes, and I think that's a generator, I'm not entirely sure. And that's probably a generator because that would go around wheels, but it's still, I don't know what it is, but it's still all nice to see, even though you won't be seeing all that much on the underside. So let's have a quick look at the other coats while we've got time. And as always, the lining and the detail is as it should be. I'll just go over the bits which I missed on the other one as well. The door handles, I think they are moulded on, but they're very nicely painted because they are a brass gold colour, so it's not all that bad. So it's all very nicely detailed. The security frame, I want to say the security bars and all that lot across the guard sets and is nicely picked out as well, as you can see it quite clearly. If you can see it clearly in the, yeah, just about. So that's all nice. So yeah, same level of detail which you'll expect on this one. And also bits which I missed. For the end frame, you have got some riveting on the bottom on the actual frame itself. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. And then pockets on both sides for both coaches. And yeah, quite impressed. And different type of different type of end on the brake end. Also, that's got more handrails and this one hasn't, which is always good. So yeah, I'm very pleased with this. The only other livery which I've seen with these is, what is it? BR Blood and Custard. So you've only got the option of BR Blood and Custard and GWR Crimson and Cream. Not Crimson Cream. Chocolate and Cream, sorry. Because it has the word cream in it. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with this. Rough price, which you can probably get them, most likely going to get the Crimson Cream ones, is £30 to £35, which isn't actually that bad. It's about on par with what you'd expect for a well, Graham Paris coat anyway. But anyway, I'm going to stick these on the turntable and also use my new close-up lens so you'd actually be able to see things properly. And yeah, then I'll tell you a bit more about the prototypes and then put them onto the layout so you can see them running around and see how smooth they run. So I'll see you in a bit. Hawksworth coaches were introduced by the Great Western Railway in the 1940s, having been designed by Frederick Hawksworth. These new corridor coaches were recognisable by the distinctive rounded roof ends. The Hawksworth coach design spanned the period between the war years and nationalisation. Several designs continue to be built into BR days. The style was distinctive, and although appearing massive, they were handsome coaches. The fundamental changes were in the roof profile, which was rounded down at the ends, and the revision to a bow-ended design and an increase in length to 64 foot. The coaches were slab-sided with very little tumblehang. They had end vestibules with a mix of corridor window sizes with 4 foot for third class and 5 foot for first class. Sliding vents were provided in some corridor windows. Most were introduced piecemeal as and when demands were made, although the Birkenhead, Bournemouth, London Birmingham, and London South Wales workings were provided with sets in 1950, and the Bristolian was a Hawksworth formation in 1954. However, they could also be seen in branch line workings. With the end of the Second World War in sight, the Great Western Railway instructed Hawksworth to design new rolling stock for the post-war future. The prototypes were readied in 1945, and a building plan was made for 1946. Post-war material shortages and labour shortages meant that the first few vehicles were not produced until the end of 1946. With nationalisation in sight, the directors cut back orders, and the majority of these vehicles were built in the early British Railway days. These were the last GWR-style coaches built. Altogether, 550 were built between 1946 and 1953, with withdrawals beginning in 1965 and ending in 1967. Some were transferred to departmental use, and in time around a dozen were preserved on various railways. Right, here we have the Hawksworth coaches now on the layout, and I have got a, well, it is a Southern engine, but that's because it's easier to grab my C-Class ready to put it around the layout. But let's just test the free rolling. It does seem to be fairly well. Let's just test the single coats. If I can get them apart, that is. Come on, here we go. It seems to be fairly free rolling, in my opinion. Nothing really problematic with it, really. So let's just test the coupling just between both coaches. So, and the usual bounce. Yeah, that seems quite well. And as you notice here, they are very closely coupled. You can only just notice there is a gap, so just, yeah, it's a very small gap. So from a distance, you won't really need to put anything between there. So yeah, quite happy with that. And now let's get to my C-Class connected up to them. Now for any GWR fans out there, just pretend it's 2351 or something like that. So let's get the C-Class backed up. Let's do a bit of speed. That seems to have connected quite well. So let me just double check. Yeah, that seems to be quite nicely connected together. And off on its way. Now the inside track is below second radius. So if we can go around this, which I have done beforehand, but just to put it into perspective. Yeah, they can go around below second radius, which is always quite useful. Behind houses. Ooh, a bit blowy. There we go. Yeah, that seems quite nice. Bit more speed. Just do one more round. This is always nice to do one more round. And there they are for the countryside. Right. Let's put it back to a stop. I think they're quite nice. Yeah, very smooth runners. Now, thoughts on these coaches? Well, first of all, I do quite very much like them. I do want to get more of them because they're very distinctive compared to the usual Colette. I think that's how you pronounce it. Colette GWR coaches. However, these would be very late GWR coaches for anybody who wants to use them on their layout, which is a thought to consider as well. If you want these, you would be typically typically depicting either wartime GWR or post or late, post-war, or turning into BR times for the Western region, which is the reason why the chocolate and cream Hawksworth coaches are very hard to find. There doesn't seem to be many of them popping around. You can find the blood and custard ones somewhat regularly, not too regularly compared to other GWR coaches, but they are more common than the chocolate and cream ones. And you only get two types of coaches, which is the composite and the brake third, which is a bit of a shame because as I've been saying, I very much like the look of these coaches. Let's give a closer look there. Very nice. But yeah, do let me know what you think in the comments. Do you like them? Do you not like them? Do you think they could have done more? Who knows? Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this review. Do let me know what you think in the comments. You feel free to like, comment and subscribe, the usual things. And also feel free to support me if you did want to. And if you don't want to, well, I hope you enjoy your day anyway. Anyway, I'm going to set the coaches off and away. And I'm going to sort out the rendering this video. So, here we go. Hope you enjoy your day. And I'll see you again next time. Bye bye now.